Hey y'all, today's video is going to be my June recent reads video. The first book I read is called I Can't Even Think Straight, and I gave this book 4 stars. Then I read Nav's Foolproof Guide to Falling in Love, and I gave this 4 stars. Then I read Going Overboard, and I gave that book 3 stars. Then I read this book called Nobody in Particular, and it's about a princess who falls in love with a girl, and yeah. Then I read I'll Pretend You're Mine. I gave that book 3 stars. Then I read Slipstream. It's a Formula One romance. I gave that book 4 stars. Then I read Battle of the Bookstores. It's about 2 bookstore rival owners. I gave that book 5 stars. It was really good. Then I read The Rules of Royalty. It was another royal romance. Two princes from different countries falling in love. 5 stars. Loved it. Then I read Upstaged. I gave that book 4 stars. Then I read It Sounds Like This, and I gave that book 3 stars. Then I read You Started It, and I gave that book 3 stars. Then I read The Art of Catching Feelings. I gave that book 3 stars. I also read Slowdowns, and I gave it 4 stars. Then I read Make the Season Bright. It's a Christmas romance. Yeah, I know, in June. But, yeah, 3 stars. Then I read Promise Me Sunshine. I gave that book 4 stars. It was emotional, but I really got a lot out of it. Then I read Red, White, and Royal Blue. I gave that book 4 stars. Then I read Under the Neon Lights. I gave that book 5 stars. Then I read Backhanded Compliments. I gave that book 4 stars. Then I read Recommended Reading, and I gave that book 5 stars. Then I read Summertime Punchline. I gave that book 3 stars. The Summer of Jordi Perez. I gave that book 3 stars. The Wrong Side of the Court. I gave that 3 stars. Then I read They Hate Each Other. I gave that book 3 stars. Then I read Does My Body Offend You? I gave that book 3 stars. Then I read The Rebel's Guide to Pride. I gave that book 4 stars. Then I read Never Vacation with Your Ex. I gave it 4 stars. Then I read Goalie. I gave that book 5 stars. Then I read 1,000 Miles. It's a road trip romance. I gave that book 4 stars. Then I read Dream On, Romola Riley. I gave that book 3 stars. Then I read Sounds Like Love. It's about 2 musicians who both have a melody stuck in their head, and I gave that book 3 stars. Then I read I Love You Some More. I gave that book 4 stars. It's about 2 counselors who fall in love. Then I read Finding Prince Charming. I gave that book 5 stars. It was good. I liked it. 5 stars. Then I read Ride With Me, which is the sequel to Lights Out. I think that's the first one called. Formula One. Then I read Almost Be My BB. I gave that book 3 stars. Then I read Only Because It's You, and I gave that book 3 stars. Actually, 4 stars. So yeah, I read 35 books in June. I had 7 5 stars in June.
Speech stop.